So today I wanted to jump on here and I want to talk about something that I see more and more in the market nowadays on LinkedIn, on Instagram, in the circles that I run in online, in this kind of creative community and stuff like that. This video has no hook. It will have no intro. It's just an observation and something that I wanted to talk about because I think that for the right person, this could be really helpful moving into 2026. It might already be posted in 2026. I don't know. But that's that the belief systems that you hold about your industry, about your career, about your professional life, about your clients, have a lot more impact on the actions that you take on a day-to-day basis, right? Now, let me break this down. So most of your personality, your ego, who you think you are, is all down to your belief systems. And belief systems can impact you in a positive and negative way. Let me give you a concrete example of this and the reason why I wanted to make this video. There's a common narrative out there online that clients are reducing budgets, that there is less work in the creative field, that it's harder to become a creative professional nowadays than it was, that the AI is coming to take all of our jobs, that basically the pool of addressable markets that you can pick from, I'm going to talk purely from a videographer's perspective because that's all I know really. But the pool of prospective clients and the total addressable market is reducing in size. Now, let me tell you from personal experience that is not the case at all. And I think that the reason why I think that is because that's what I believe. And the belief system that I hold about this has allowed me this year to pick up more clients than we ever have in an industry that, how would we even say this? In an industry, in the events industry that is on paper, less and less people are attending in-person events, has less and less budgets, all of that sort of stuff. But that doesn't necessarily mean that my budgets are going to be cut and that my clients are going to be bad and that my clients are going to replace me with AI and all of this negative stuff, right? Like I have seen this year firsthand that people are paying us more than they ever have for video production, right? That events are highly, highly, highly valued within the community and something that will never be replaced by AI. And I just think you need to consider how your belief systems are serving you and whether or not that's actually a positive or a negative for you over a long period of time, right? Everything, pretty much everything that you think about the world and the way that you interact with the world comes down to your belief systems, right? It comes down to the beliefs that you hold about the way that the world works. And what that will do is it will inform your actions, your intent, the way that you speak to people, your subconscious, the subconscious way that you show up in the world. And you will do things that will affirm that belief system. Because in order for a belief system to be reality, you have to affirm that it's true, right? Super important takeaway right there. So I don't know if you ever had it in the past where you think that you are a certain type of person, right? You are the type of person that eats healthy or loves fast food, right? Or you're the type of person that goes to the gym or hates going on long walks, right? These are like assumptions that we have about ourselves, but they are malleable. They are changeable, right? All you have to do is change the belief system. So if you think that the market is reducing in size, then guess what you're going to feel? Guess what you're going to do? Guess what actions you're going to take that are going to lead you towards that? You are going to do things that affirm that the market is reducing in size. If you think that AI is going to take your job, then you will do things, you will be watching videos, you will be consuming content, you will be absorbing yourself in the belief system that AI is going to come and take your job. And it might, who knows, right? If you don't fix your belief systems, it probably will because AI doesn't have any belief systems other than what it's programmed to do. So really, I think one of the most important things that you could probably do regardless of whether it's the start of the new year or not, right, is take a good hard look at all of your belief systems, right? Even the ones that you think won't have any impact on whatever goals you're trying to achieve, personal, professional, whatever, doesn't matter. And I would say to myself, what are the impact of these belief systems over the long term, right? What will these belief systems cause me to affect, right? Really important, cause and effect. Cause me to affect within my life and change them, right? And I could make a 20, 30, 40, I could make 2-hour video on how to change your belief systems because it's something that I've done, right? A concrete example of this is that I used to believe that I wasn't a disciplined person, right? I was fat growing up. I ate bad food, right? I couldn't, when I first started in business, I couldn't force myself to sit down at the desk for 8 hours a day. I would do like an hour and then I would go sit on my bed in my parents' home. And then I'd come back to it for another half an hour and blah, 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 blah. And there's a guy called Charlie Morgan, who's now a client of mine, who was an original mentor. And he kind of taught me this concept that all it is a belief system. You believe, or I believed, that I wasn't a disciplined person. So all I had to do was change that, right? And then I started to do things that affirmed the belief that I was a disciplined person, right? I started saying no to bad food. I started going to the gym consistently. I ran a fucking marathon, right? I sit down and I work for realistically 10 to 12 hours most days, right? And I love it because it's a belief system that affirms a positive, or it's a belief system that causes a positive effect in my life. I now have a positive feedback loop with regards to the fact that I am a disciplined type of person. And that's the biggest takeaway that I want you to take from this video, is that ultimately everything in your life is changeable. It's entirely up to you what you choose to believe. Like, you get to choose your beliefs, right? There will be beliefs that have been passed down from parents, maybe about money. That was a big one that I had to kind of figure out, right? There's going to be belief systems about who you are, what you like, how you operate, the type of person that you are. Like, even, and I want to say this with a pinch of salt, but even the level of intra and extroversion that you believe that you have, right? Again, I used to believe that I was a super extroverted person. And I am, to a degree. Probably about 60% nowadays, right? But again, do you hear that? That's a belief system, right? This is a very interesting video for me to kind of just talk out loud. But I think that that belief systems and the way that you think about yourself are going to have the biggest impact that you could possibly imagine on you and your life and everything moving forward. I'll leave you with one more concrete example before I go. I was filming a mastermind event for Charlie just recently. We just got back from New York with him. And one of the clients in there said that sales calls are wrecking his mental health, that he's an introverted person and that you have to be extroverted to do sales calls, and that by the end of the day, he's super drained and ultimately can't see a world where this is everything that he does on a day-to-day basis, right? And instantly it was just like, it's just a belief system, right? Like, some people in the room kind of realized that. Charlie then said that. He was just like, I think you've just got broken beliefs, right? The beliefs that you hold about you aren't serving the current goals that you have. So you have to change, right? You start telling yourself, I love sales calls, right? I'm an introvert that loves sales calls. That sales calls give me energy, and I love talking to clients about their problems and how I can help and how I could help solve them, right? Even if a client decides not to go ahead, that's not something that drains me, because I know that ultimately they missed out, right? All of these things, like, you have to mollycoddle your brain. And that's what it is. It's mollycoddling yourself and almost like tricking yourself, but in a positive way, right? In a way that contributes to the goals that you're trying to achieve, and allows you to be the person that you want to be, and allows you to become the person that is capable of achieving your goals. Again, focusing on inputs, not outputs. I said this in a couple of videos back because I've actually just recorded it, right? A little fourth wall breaker there for you. So that's it. There's no conclusion. There's no kind of, there's no big wrap up to this video. Hopefully it all makes sense. Hopefully you take what I say and you apply it to your life and you apply it to your goals for this year or next year or whatever. And you can really begin to see and affect positive changes that the belief systems or the broken belief systems were causing in your life. Feel free to check out the rest of the videos on the channel. I post weekly videos talking about my experiences, talking about my lessons, talking about my learnings of growing a world-class video production company. If it is your goal, you have similar ambitions, you're interested, you like videos like this where I just candidly sit down and just kind of chat shit for kind of whatever it's been, 7 to 10 to 15 minutes or whatever, and you dig it and that's your thing, then subscribe, like, comment. Hope you have a great, it's the 18th of December today, so I hope you have a great Christmas, or I hope you had a great Christmas and New Year's, and I'll catch you very soon. Goodbye.